Hassan Piker keeps playing We Are Charlie Kirk on a goddamn phone speaker and putting it in my ear.
True.
And he's like, Will, listen to this. Will. I was like, this is a CIA torture tactic. Like, honestly, when I die and get to hell, I feel like I'm going to be able to tank part of it because I will have experienced it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was, I don't know if he described the situation that he was in mentally when I was doing that to him.
Swimming in nausea on the wrong side of a British cab with We Are Charlie Kirk on a phone speaker being pressed against my head.
I don't know why he didn't like that. That's crazy. I thought he would appreciate and enjoy the sounds. Were you drunk? Yeah, I was twisted. I was definitely zooted that night. Is that how you, yeah, it was in Hong Kong. Is that how you feel when Caroline and Christian are singing? Yes. I thought the soothing sounds of Charlie Kirk and a celebration of Charlie Kirk would actually help him after listening to the best techno in this underground Hong Kong club that we went to. You were fighting back against Kwando. This was your trauma response by latching onto that song. Yes, it's all over TikTok now. What, We Are Charlie Kirk?
We are Charlie Kirk. We'll carry the flame. We'll fight for the gospel and honor his name.
We are Charlie Kirk. It's true. Damn. She spit. She was spitting. Stavi has a trademark on keeping it twisted. I didn't know that. There's so many vids.
We are Charlie
Wait.
Kirk. We crumble in the flame.
What a bloody racket. Who the hell is Charlie Kirk?
And Kirk was Jesus's brother.
It's gone international, mate. Fucking hell. Wait, what did they respond with?
Racket. Who the hell is Charlie Kirk?
And Kirk was Jesus's brother.
It's true. He was Jesus's brother. Hassan is compromised. You can't actually enjoy this song and be a normal human being. It's a bop, dude. There's a bossa nova remix. Okay. In my mind, I was thinking it's gonna bust in the Kwando, honestly. Like I don't know. I can't be the only one who thought that it was gonna go into a Kwando remix, right?
We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. We fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. His courage our own. Together unbroken, we'll make heaven known.
It's so good. I actually unironically enjoy it. I'm sorry if you guys think that that's fucked up.
Is anybody in here? What? Can I sing you a song? Sure. Okay,
Going into the bathroom and syncing We Are Charlie Kirk to get over my social anxiety.
ready? Here I go. Okay. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the
We'll fight for the gospel. We'll honor his name. We are Charlie Kirk. Yeah, I need a vocal coach. So I can get better at singing, just so I can sing the Charlie Kirk song better. You know what I mean? That's torture. You can't get away. I get the feeling you really wanted that debate to happen now, and that missed opportunity now haunts you. Yes. This one has 1.7 million likes. Wow. Chat, is that like sarcastic, or do the singers mean it? I don't think a single person, like the initial AI music, the AI song was created by someone who thought that this would be a banger. They made it sincerely, okay? Oh my God, this has 374,000 likes. Breaking. Erica Kirk says, I was praying to God to make me pregnant when Charlie was killed. Hell nah, this bitch is about to pass JD Vance's baby as an immaculate conception. 374,000 likes. It's over. It's over. And there is unironically, one, there's power in numbers, right? And two, there is no counter to this, right? There is no counter to this by the right. They can't do anything about it. They could just like complain and say, this is really fucked up. How dare you? But how dare yous don't, you can't really, how dare you out of this, you know? You just simply cannot, how dare you, sir, your way out of this. And it's fucking over. Dude, you really have the goods if you feed and water it. Integral pipes. According to the pin post, it was made to honor Charlie. Yeah. This is, the Vivo Tunes team stands firmly with Erica Kirk, Charlie's family, the entire Turning Point team, and President Trump's team. Like, yeah, exactly. They made this AI shit thinking that they were honoring his name and honoring the gospel, okay? And, of course, people took it and went crazy mode with it. People took it and were like, oh, I'm gonna meme about it, you know? They thought it was a banger, and it was a banger. It's just, once something like this gets put out there, it's impossible to control how people receive it, okay? And especially when it's someone like Charlie Kirk, who immediately after his assassination, his very public assassination, people tried to create this environment of suppression and forced reverence and respect. Remember what I said about like people in the West and the brain rot that we have, where we're like petulant children in many respects, where someone tells you you can't push that button, you always push that button extra hard. People responded this way partially because of the aggressive ways in which the administration tried to venerate Charlie Kirk and make people forcibly respect him. It's just never going to work. I think that if they hadn't engaged in this kind of like weird forced compliance around respecting Charlie Kirk, it just never would have, it probably wouldn't have been this aggressive. This backlash wouldn't have been as aggressive. People would have probably said, oh yeah, he fucking sucked my dick. And then everyone would have moved on regardless. And he would have been forgotten, I guess. But they Streisand affected this into a much worse version of events where there is like aggressive pushback. It's also because like ultimately if you're Gen Z, right, and you've seen people from your generation get fucking slaughtered in schools, okay, and you're like, hey, maybe we should dial back on this gun stuff a little bit. And then people, including Charlie Kirk, are like, well, you know, some of you are going to die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make so that we can have fucking guns. Yeah, of course people are going to turn around and be like, well, okay, well, you died at a school shooting, you know? And that's precisely what happened. Reuters reported on the number of people who were fired for Charlie Kirk. At least 600 Americans lost jobs for saying stuff about Charlie Kirk, including 50 academics and university administrators. By contrast, 22 academics fired in 2020. 160 total fired for pro-Palestine views, making the Kirk crackdown the most extreme form of cancel culture so far. Yeah, there it is, you know? And yet it's funny to think how drastically things have changed. The Trump movement was really high on its own supply here and thought it somehow owned the culture, only to be firmly slapped down by the public come November. I saw one of the tweets that actually took my brain out entirely was when I saw someone call giving a blowjob giving Kirk. I think that was the maximum. Like that's when I was like, oh no, like giving neck. That was definitely the most insane version of events.
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame.
1.1 million likes on this, bro. It's just, I think it was like a tweet where it was like Trump giving Kirk to Bubba or something. Like it also paired up Donald Trump giving head to Bill Clinton. You know what I mean?
Charlie.
You just made this a bigger thing. I don't think I have any capability of bringing this. Like, you're talking about memes on TikTok that have 1 million+ likes, brother. It's just not working. Absolutely diabolical work starting a video essay like this. Oh, is this the one that got banned on YouTube? FD Signifier did a white on white violence video about Charlie Kirk, and then he got clapped by the YouTube mods, I think. So this is dark woke. I wouldn't even say this is dark woke. I don't know, maybe. I think this is just dark in general, but right now it's in the dark woke direction. Donut operator is a career based on justifying videos of black people dying. What's wrong with this? Not only that, but also, I'll explain if you want to understand what, like, the reason why this is seen as different from the broader audience, or at least like the regulators. I can explain that for you. But Donut Operator also literally has a Patreon where he just shows you the uncensored gore porn of black people getting murdered by cops. Like, where you want to, like, if you want to really see the action, you can go fucking subscribe to his Patreon. It's insane. But the difference there, of course, is that he's leaning into pre-existing forms of systematic violence, whereas Charlie Kirk being assassinated is outside of that structure, right? Charlie Kirk didn't get shot and killed, or Charlie Kirk wasn't assassinated by the government. He wasn't killed by well, as far as we know, Charlie Kirk wasn't assassinated by the American government. Okay, why are you promoting pro-assassination nonsense? Dude, stop it. Okay, your incapability of understanding my current analysis on the way that people move on from certain issues is not my problem. Okay, go clip it. Go talk about how Hassan is fucking celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination or whatever the fuck you want to do. But this is analysis. Okay, please. I know it's a filter. I know it's very difficult for you to comprehend, but analysis is not justification. Okay, I just came onto the stream and the first thing I see is you showing these lame videos. Well, okay, well then fucking shut up, okay? And keep watching, and maybe instead of chirping, because clearly your brain cannot do two things at the same time, instead of typing in the fucking chat, force yourself to hear what I'm saying. So the reason why a lot of these people can get away with, like, demanding more police violence against black people, against brown people, is because systematic violence is normalized in the eyes of people, right? The state has a monopoly on violence, and no matter how violent those mechanisms of enforcement can be, no matter how disproportionate and targeted those systematic forms of violence can be, for the broader audiences, for the normies, for the average person, they have a degree of normalcy for that kind of violence, right? They look at that and go, oh, that's just normal. That's just how cops operate. They have to do it. Maybe they go a little heavy-handed with it, but they have to do that nonetheless. Whereas this is a lone actor, right? This is a lone wolf, or this is not a non-state actor as far as we know, right? As far as we know. And that is precisely the reason why when someone talks about it or is coming across as like celebrating it or whatever, then there is a lot of pushback against it, especially from those who are beneficiaries of the structures of violence, or at least have a level of privilege where they don't actually find themselves in the receiving end of said structural violence, or maybe they're oblivious to the types of structural violence that they actually experience, like, you know, poor white people, for example, that think that the current capitalist organization of the economy doesn't actually create a tremendous amount of harm in their lives, as long as they can preoccupy their minds with the kinds of direct forms of violence, systematized violence from police against other groups, black people and brown people. Okay? That's it, though. That's the reason why one side can get away with saying these sorts of things. This is a dynamic that I actually explain when talking about Charlie Kirk in the immediate aftermath of his assassination, where I kept repeating to people over and over again that, like, Charlie Kirk can say violent things without actually making it seem as though he's an advocate for unimaginable forms of violence, because he's leaning into the pre-existing forms of violence that the state dishes out. For Americans, it is not seen as violent when the average American says, oh, we should bomb Iran right now, even though that is unimaginably violent. That is advocacy for a form of violence that is far more consequential than, like, one person killing another person. Let's be real. You are literally saying the state should go and assassinate people thousands of miles away, 200, 300 people at a fucking time. Babies, children, doctors, nurses, teachers, academics, right? It's the falsely attributed to Stalin quote, which is like a million deaths, one death is a tragedy, a million deaths is a statistic. So that's what it is, right? That's what it is. That's the people do not have the capacity to understand this stuff. So they only laser in on direct forms of violence that they think is outside of they only attribute violence to things that are abnormal, right? Things that are abnormal, things that the state is not doing. There's also obviously the social murder concept that we've talked about quite a bit. When the Brian Thompson alleged Luigi Mangione shooter dynamic was taking place, social murder is seen as a norm. Even if you're the CEO of a company that is actually responsible for the deaths of so many people, you're just doing your fucking job. Whereas if someone goes and shoots you, obviously that is someone breaking the system. And people have a very negative reaction towards that, unless they are people who have been directly harmed by either Brian Thompson or someone like Brian Thompson, right? Someone actually simply, doing their role in today's incredibly cruel society. At which point, they also see that as a moment of righteous vindication. Now, obviously, my position is that Adventurism is ineffective as far as making change, right? The propaganda of the deed is not a very effective mechanism to make change. I mean, look no further than what happened in the aftermath of Luigi Mangione's alleged assassination of Brian Thompson, the CEO of United Healthcare. There hasn't really been a lot of change in the direction of more healthcare. If anything, there's been less healthcare in the hands of the Republican government. That was a big deal for the fucking government shutdown that just took place, right? They are cutting the pre-existing ACA subsidies and making healthcare premiums skyrocket in this fucking country. The only way to enact change is with steadfast organizing, okay, is by creating mechanisms of pressure, mechanisms of pushback. That's just the only way that you can do it. You have to organize the working class, okay? Anyway, this is the last video I'm going to play until we get to the news, and here it is. We are Charlie Kirk in library prank. Even prank accounts are doing this now. We are Charlie Kirk. This is hard. It's hard not. It's a bop. It's literally a bop. I'm sorry. It's a fucking bop. It's just a bop. It's a bop. Yeah. When you lost the annoying prank bros, it's over. Okay. This might make me a woke skull. Get the hell out of a library. Okay, chat. Calm down. If you think that prank is funny, you're literally 12. Well, it seems like there was 1 million plus 12-year-olds that actually like that. And yes, it's on TikTok. So there are plenty of fucking 12-year-olds that are memeing about it. Anyway, it even breached the new YN meme. I don't even understand the new YN meme. POV, you're next to YN who got owned. YN means your name, right? Or something. Like I tried to understand what this fucking meme is. Isn't this like, it means your name, right? No, not the... No, not Y/N means something different than YN. I know what YN means, dumbasses. Y/N is different. Oh my God, why are you guys fucking arguing with me on this? It's a fanfic thing, okay? No. YN means young N-word, okay? Y/N, on the other hand, means your name in fanfic, okay? And in this context, they are talking about not young N-word. They're talking about Y/N, which means your name, as in self-inserts in fan fiction. Okay? You're next to your name, who got owned in a college debate and started crying so the 8'9" Alpha Wolf Daddy CEO Schuster debate opponent. Yes, it still confuses me though. They were about to take your head clean off. I know. Thank God you are a politics understander, because otherwise your music taste would lead you to be Israeli. Oh no. Oh no, that's crazy. Why are you gonna hit me with that? How are you gonna hit me with that? It's fucked up. Spiritually, Israeli music taste is the most aggro.
Anguish.
It's the worst thing I've ever gotten called from this chat, dude. That's fucked up.